I know that this year for me is going to be really pivotal, and I really, really believe that. Okay, we're back. This year I have a new kind of energy. I don't know what's happened, but I've just entered the new year with a really abundant mindset, a completely different mindset to what I had last year. I think last year for me was really messy. It was all about discoverability, experimentation, figuring out what it is that I wanted to do. So I have my 9 to 5, and then outside of that is building the life I want, hence the name Build with Laura. But the beginning of last year, I did everything under the name Tired Oats Club. Tired Oats Club is now mine and my boyfriend's offline community events platform, and it was always rooted in music from the start. But I then tried to just pile all of my coaching stuff underneath that as well, and it just got messy and didn't make sense. So splitting it out into Tired Oats Club and Build with Laura made complete sense. And when that just came to me last summer, it felt so right, and it honestly felt like a sign from the universe. I just got a download one day and it was like, Build with Laura. And I was like, how is Build with Laura not taken as an app? Maybe it's not that common, I don't know, but I was surprised. So anyway, went into last year not even knowing that I wanted to be a coach. I've always known that I wanted to help people and provide a service where I can support people and help them go beyond what they think is possible and enable them to pursue their dreams, really, which is exactly what I've been doing. And I'm hoping that by doing it myself, I can share so much knowledge, and not only just from doing a 6-month coaching course, but from my life experience. Last year, it was just such a messy year for me, but a messy year in a good way. It was just a lot of like learning, experimentation, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, I feel in a really good place with it now. I wouldn't say that I have 100% clarity, but I'm definitely clearer on my next steps and what I need to do. I also spent a lot of last year in the planning and the thinking as opposed to the doing. My word of the year is action, and I think so many people are talking about it, aren't they? But the year of the fire horse, I think it's all about power, action, taking those steps, like not letting fear get in the way and just doing the thing. And that is really what I'm going to do this year. I've worked so hard. I've put in all of the steps. I've set up loads of micro habits. I've been learning. I've done a 6-month coaching course. I'm going to get my certification very soon. And yeah, everything just feels like it's falling into place. It's just really nice to be here, and just to have like a newfound confidence is great. I know that being a coach and realigning with my purpose and what it is that I want to do, that I need to do long form content. I'm a very deep person. I have a lot of depth. I like deep conversation. I like explaining things. And I feel like YouTube is the right platform for that. I want to teach. I want people to learn from me. I want people to take value away from the content that I'm creating. I don't just want to be inspiring. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good platform, and it's going to be fun for me. I love editing and I love creating, so bring it on. So let's delete TikTok together. Here it is. Is it going to do that? Delete app, delete. Lovely, it's gone. I feel really good about that. So TikTok has officially gone. Substack, Instagram, YouTube, those are going to be my main 3 platforms. Feel really good about that. I want to share the highs and the lows and the process of how I'm building the life that I want. I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get started. I need to be really careful. I feel like walking around London, getting my phone stolen is a big fear of mine because it's already happened. But I'm currently on my way to a co-work day. It's Friday lunchtime. I spent all my morning on work calls for my 9 to 5. I'm feeling really tired. I've had a really long week, and I was like, I don't really want to travel to get to this co-work day, but the people there are always great. It's always great to go and bounce ideas off each other, and yeah, I just know that it's gonna do me good. I'm not gonna go and be like, oh, I regret going. So I was like, come on, get your stuff together and let's go. My plan is to get loads of stuff closed off from my 9 to 5, which I'll be able to do, and then hopefully I can spend the last couple of hours doing some creative stuff. I've then got a call with a potential client at 5, probably get home for around like 6:30, and then me and Taylor are planning a chilled date night. I don't know what we're going to get up to, but that's definitely a priority for us this year, more date nights.
Sorry, I'm like trying to rest my arm.
I thought you were doing some smoking. Like,
Sorry.
We have fun here. I'm making it look really boring. Like, I was actually writing this, but it's cute.
I was not fake writing.
Why does everyone beat everyone?
Good morning. It is week 3 of Jan. Apparently it's Blue Monday, and I am feeling a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. But it was a big new moon last night, so maybe it is from that. I don't know, but I did do some rituals last night. I wrote myself a letter to me now from my future self, which is really cool. I have rest days on Mondays now from the gym because I always find myself tired and I just need time to reset and get back into the swing of things. So yeah, wake up around 7, did a morning meditation, and I'm going to the office, so I'm now going to do 10-15 minutes of yoga, shower. I've got all my food and bag prepped for work today, so I can just get out of the shower, get dressed, grab my things and head to the office. I'm about to tuck into my dinner. The time is 6:30. Very tired. Made some dinner, very hungry. I've got a lovely... Ooh. Do I dare? Chicken sun-dried tomato pasta that I've made, and I'm gonna enjoy it now with no stimulus, no screens, just me and my thoughts, and then I'm gonna have a chilled evening. I used to overwork so much, and now I'm like, okay, have I done one thing today that's moving me towards my goal? Yes, I have. So tick, and now I can chill out, because I spent far too many evenings last year working and I burnt out. So rest is important. We must rest. We must not feel guilty for rest. That's what I'm teaching my brain this year. Okay, so being very transparent here, my aim of this evening was to switch off and not do any side hustle work, but I really struggle to not be productive, guys. My brain just wants to watch things I learn from. I do just love being productive. I do love it. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I do love it. I love learning. I love being productive. I love being proactive. I love just figuring things out. Like, I would just sit down and do work on my YouTube strategy and planning and stuff if I could right now. But I feel exhausted. Like, my eyes are closing. I've been yawning all evening. And I know that I just need to go to bed, but it's 10 to 9, and I'm like, can I go to bed this early? I'm getting up at 6, so I probably should just go to bed. Yeah, I know what I need to do. I need to make a tea, I need to drink a load of water, I need to go to bed. Maybe journal instead of read, because my brain has taken on a lot of information today. That's what I'm gonna do. Good morning, it's Thursday. I didn't film yesterday because I was so exhausted. I was really tired, and I was like, I should probably film when I'm really exhausted, but like, it just didn't even cross my mind. I just was thinking I need to make it through the day. I have done my final 6 a.m. wake up of the week, and we've been to the gym, done a sauna, shower. I have done my 2 office days already this week, but I'm going to a co-work space today. Something I've been doing the past year is surrounding myself with people who inspire me, especially women who are doing things that are similar to what I want to do, because you just feel so safe in that space and you can bounce ideas off each other and nothing feels scary or impossible. I'm going there for the day, but I'm doing my 9 to 5, and then I'm going to stay there after work, my 9 to 5 work, to coach someone. I've got a coaching session, and I've also got a chemistry call with someone to onboard onto coaching. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. I'm just making a coffee, got my overnight oats to take with me. I'm going to take some lunch with me. I'm really trying to save money where I can at the moment. You know what you want, don't you? I'm like, I'm not going to spend £10 on salad when I know that I can make one at home and put loads of chicken in it, hummus, seeds, etc. My heel has like snapped off and cracked, and I've got a 9 AM call, so I need to get to where I'm going. I'm going to have to find like a shoe repair place or something. What is the time? 7:10. I've been up since 5 AM. But it's Friday, so we will survive the day. I had insomnia last night, and I get it sometimes when I have hormonal shifts, which is fun, but we're here, we're surviving. I've actually been, it's probably not great, but 5 AM I was like, I can't sleep anymore, I'm just gonna have to watch something. And I was so hungry, so I made a warm tea, and I was gonna put on Gilmore Girls, which I love it, but I also find all the characters so annoying. Does anyone else feel like that? Like, something about it is so comforting, and I love putting it on as like a background comfort thing, because I'm not really a big TV watcher, but I also find the characters so unrealistic and annoying. Don't really get it. Anyway, I decided to instead put some YouTube on, because I love YouTube, and I'm obviously becoming part of YouTube now. So I was watching a Grace Andrews video, and I'm loving her stuff at the moment. I've actually gone back and like watched some bits from the start. I feel like she gives really valuable tips and advice, which I've just found super useful, because the whole reason, my whole goal for starting this YouTube is essentially to get coaching clients. That sounds really like transactional. It's deeper than that. I obviously want to foster a community, and hopefully off the back of that get coaching clients. But it's all part of the journey, isn't it? I'm not just making content for content's sake, and I know that some people do, and there are a lot of lifestyle influencers and content creators, but that just isn't me. So yeah, I'm gonna make a coffee. I have decaf because caffeine gives me like heart palpitations and shakes, but I could probably do with some caffeine today, because I am feeling a bit wired, so I probably don't need caffeine. I'm gonna have a coffee, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna go on a walk, and then I'm gonna come back, have some breakfast, get started with work. That's me, catch up throughout the day. I'm quite far from home, but I've got 15 minutes before I start work. So, but it's Friday, so if I'm a little bit late, I don't think it matters. So I'm gonna go back and get my head down. I've got quite a few things to take off today, a few calls. I'm gonna go to a yoga class over lunch, which will be nice for 45 minutes, and then hopefully hop in the sauna for like 10 minutes, and then come home. And then after work, I've got 2 new coaching clients, and then I'm going to be off to my friend's house for a little wholesome Friday night in dinner. She's cooking for us, so yeah, it's going to be a good day, despite the lack of sleep. Hello, it's Sunday, and the time is about 2 o'clock, and I've just risen from the dead. I went to bed at 10 last night after a really long day yesterday. I was literally running around London, going to different events, and took some photos for my friend for her event. I was literally out of the house at 9. I didn't get back till 8:30. I was very tired. I have endometriosis, which has got so much better since my surgery, but I really struggle with fatigue and slight pains when I'm ovulating. The exhaustion is real. Like, I slept until 10 today, and I had big plans. I wanted to get up, do a 17k, do some work, like plan out my YouTube, clear my wardrobe out, and on a normal day that would be absolutely manageable. But today, like, I've just woken up from a deep sleep on the sofa. Yeah, I think I napped like really intensely for like an hour and a half. So far today, I've not done anything. Well, I did have a little call with my friend this morning actually, who's in Amsterdam, about YouTube strategy. She's a strategist, so it was just good to bounce my ideas off with her. And that's what I've done, but that's okay. Like, we're still working towards the goal. I'm filming for YouTube right now as I speak. And yeah, I'm just not putting pressure on myself this year. As long as I take one small action a day, and even if that action is rest, then I'm more than okay with that. Taylor just suggested that we go on a 6k run now, and my body does not feel like it, but I know that I want to get fresh air. I know that I want to move my body, and I'm just going to be kind to myself. We're going to do a 6k. I'm no way going to be able to run my 17k. I'm going to do that next weekend, I've decided. And yeah, just take it easy. Just see it as a thing to spend some time together. Take it chilled. And then hopefully I can come home, and even if I do some like mood boarding for my wardrobe clear out, that would be really good. I'll talk a lot about identity shifts in another episode, and within that as well speak about clothing and things like that, because I think it's such an interesting topic. For me, I've always been in that limbo state of I want to dress nice and I want to feel good and look good, but I don't want to spend my money on that because it's a waste of money. And we're just told as women in society that we need to look beautiful and whatever to be successful and sell to people. And yeah, it's such a nuance in my head, so I really want to explore it. But I do want to clear out my wardrobe because there are lots of old identity things in there, things that I've held on to since uni, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I think it's also a guilt thing of feeling wasteful, because I'm like, maybe one day I would wear it, but I mean, it just needs to go, doesn't it? It just needs to go. Also, I don't know if this is TMI because people get a bit grossed out, but does anyone else just lose hair like a ridiculous amount? Ew. I'm so sure I'm going really grey as well. Oh well, all part of your 30s, isn't it? Good morning. It's Monday. 6:10. I'm up, ready to go to the gym. I had a good run yesterday. I ended up doing 8k. And I'm feeling quite good this morning. I had more rest when I got back. Just chilled on the sofa, wrote a Substack. I'm gonna go to the gym now and do a 9k, so that I've basically split my 17 over 2 days. And then we'll be doing sauna, get ready, go to the office. I'm just tucking into my dinner because I have a group coaching call this evening. I myself am obviously a coach, but I also get coached by someone else. It's such a valuable thing. It's a great way to learn, and we also do group sessions, so you're just in a room with like-minded women doing their own thing and creating their own thing, and it's really inspiring and amazing. So yeah, that's what I spend my Monday evenings doing. If I have a bit of time left afterwards, I will do some work around with Laura, but as you know, I am really trying to lean into the slowness this year and not rush things and not put harsh deadlines on myself or make myself burn out from doing loads of work. So the main thing is that I do the work in the group coaching, and then after that we'll see what happens. But really I should have a little rest because I've been in the office all day, and I was up early this morning at the gym, so I think I deserve a bath and a restful evening. Another 6 a.m. morning, gym, sauna, meditation done, and I'm feeling very good. It was pissing it down my brain this morning, so these are the types of things that you got to teach your brain. It's like, I really don't want to do this. I didn't want to get out of my warm, cozy bed out into the cold rain, but that's where change happens. Teaching yourself that you can do things that are hard, and doing them is really rewarding.
I feel like you're very visible within the digital team, and you make really solid, strong contributions. Just by nature, you're quieter than other people, but that doesn't mean that I don't think that you're not visible. But I feel like you always bring value with whatever you say, and you do speak up when needed. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I've kind of like spent a lot of my life being like, oh, like I'm never going to be a loud person, and I'm always someone that like I've always kind of sat back and I listen a lot and I process things, and I don't necessarily speak up at the time, but that's just how my brain works, and that's my like learning process, and I go away and think about stuff deeply and then I come back to it. And now I'm just starting to see like actually that is a strength as well. Like you don't have to be someone that's always talking or speaking up and taking over the room.
I think you work with real purpose and intention, and like you come across super smart, super clever, well thought out.
It's 7:20. I've been sat at this table since 8:30 this morning, and I just want to show the reality of what it's like building your own thing. And not every day is like today, but I've had my 9 to 5 and then made some dinner, ate my dinner here, and I've just been watching a YouTube on content strategy, which is 6 hours long. I'm not going to do the whole 6 hours today, but I've got myself a new notebook and I'm basically strategizing and learning as we go along. Now, you may recall my word of the year is action. And once I've finished the course, I am going to take action. No more learning, no more planning. We take action from everything we've learned in here. I just wanted to jump on because I was like, I'm so tired right now and I really don't want to film right now. And then I thought, well, I should film because it's realistic. It's showing me looking disheveled and tired and not wanting to speak to a camera, but doing it anyway because I need to show behind the scenes of what I'm building. Like, this is the whole point, right? I'm showing you how I'm doing things, what I'm doing. Yeah, so today was another 6 a.m. day. Got up, went to the gym, came home, and I've literally been sat at this kitchen table for most of my day. I've not even gone outside, which is just the unglamorous side of it. And it's the side we don't really get to see. I am generally someone that goes outside and gets my steps in every day. But today I'm just like, no, I'm tired. I'm enjoying being inside. I'm enjoying learning. And yes, I should move my body, but I've done a workout this morning and that's enough. Like, I feel like I could go to bed right now. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this learning and then we will have a bath and go to bed. I've just been on calls for 3 hours. Oh God. I'm not going to lie, I don't love a day full of calls. But we move, we're getting through it. Today's just like crazy for me. I've got calls until 5:30. And then I've promised myself that I'm going to have a self-care evening because I stayed up too late last night working on Build with Laura stuff and I need to rest my brain. I need to rest my little brain. And I'm in an away day with work all day tomorrow. And I'm out on Friday as well. This girl needs some downtime, which I'm going to really struggle with because I love being productive and I love working on my side projects, but we must rest. Rest is good for us. Something that I'm doing this year is adopting a more abundant mindset when it comes to money. I definitely lack when it comes to spending money on things for me that are like self-care or physical appearance, as you can probably tell, because I feel guilty. If it's a holiday or a course, so I know that I'm learning from something, or a coach or whatever, I'll pay for it. But I don't treat myself to material goods. Is that what you'd call them? Yeah. And I was like, do you know what? Like, I'm not someone that loves that kind of stuff because I do feel guilt for the planet and whatever, and there are just so many things to it, like women's beauty standards, etc., etc. But there is a part of me that is like, no, I want to feel good and I want to look good, because even like I got my nails done. God, they are so outgrown. I've had them for 6 weeks. Got my nails done for the first time ever a couple of months ago, and it has actually made such a difference to my confidence, the way I hold myself. And actually I'm like, this is actually really nice. It's like a form of art and expression, I guess. So I'm actually going to jazz them up next time and go for something more quirky and get some nail art and really go for it, you know. But yeah, I was like, do you know what, I'm going to get some beauty products because I would like to look a little bit more fresh in the day. So I'm not every day, but when I go to the office and stuff, I like to put some things on. So my friends who are part of the same coaching group as me, shout out Mood London, suggested some products. So, oh, they've either given me this by mistake or it's a gift. Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. I think they've just like thrown that in for fun. So I got this hyaluronic acid. I've heard really good things. And my skincare routine is like non-existent. I put some moisturiser on in the morning and some SPF, and that's about it. And I'm turning 32 soon, so that needs to happen in the evenings. And then my friend suggested this Laura Mercier setting powder, because I was talking about how one thing I don't like about wearing makeup is when you put it on and like when you wear something lighter, it like rubs off on your chin or just areas where you would touch your face throughout the day, and then I come home and I'm like, oh, I feel a bit gross. So she recommended setting powder, and apparently this Laura Mercier one's amazing. And then I got some BB Beauty Balm, which was suggested by a friend as well. That is a BB cream, hydrates, conceals, protects, and it's SPF 50. Wow. So I'm hoping buildable coverage, natural finish. Can you tell this just kind of stuff isn't my usual? I'm like, how do I even open this thing? So yeah, I'm hoping this will help me feel a bit more fresh day to day. Looks nice. Maybe I'll give it a go now. Put some on. Was that a waste? No, I'll give it a try. But yeah, that's my little haul. I don't even know if I'm going to put this in my YouTube because I'm like, is it relevant? Don't think it is, but also I think it's quite cool just to show. Actually, it is relevant because I'm changing my money mindset and I'm treating myself, and I'm going to be showing you every month what I treat myself to. Next month is going to be my hair and my nails, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually so happy with that. Like, I've literally just put on the BB cream, nothing else, and I feel like my hair's a mess, but I feel like I just look a bit more awake. And I'm happy with the colour match. I thought it was going to be a little bit too dark, but it's actually okay, and I'm also quite pale at the moment, so yeah, here's to looking a bit more put together day to day. Well, not day to day, I'm not going to wear it every day. I am going to go on a walk because it's sunny London today. I'm going to go on a walk. I need to go to the bank. Boring life admin. Maybe let's talk on the walk. Something I am a real advocate for is taking my lunch breaks. I'm taking the damn lunch break. You need to have a break throughout the day, like sitting at your desk all day, not moving, staring at screens. It's not good for us. We were not built for this. We are human beings born in nature, and taking breaks is good for us. So get some fresh air or eat some good food, hydrate, and yeah, take the break. Something I want to add to that is this whole like people not taking lunch breaks because they want to appear busy. We live in a society where productivity is so valued, and well, I remember back in the day people would just sit at their desk at the end of the day for the sake of sitting there because they didn't want to be the first one to leave. But do you remember like, let's be the ones to break that cycle. I will always take my lunch break, and I will always leave work when I'm ready to leave, and I know that that is so different in different industries, like banking for example, but that kind of, I mean, I think that's a bit toxic anyway and things need to change, but also it's just so embedded in that industry.
But yeah, like, I'm not going to sit at my desk at the end of the day if I have nothing to do, just to make it look like I have work to do. I mean, there's always something to do. But I like to have my 3 non-negotiables, and those, along with meetings throughout the day, like, that to me is enough work. I don't need to be slamming it and being super productive every single day, because then I'm just going to burn out. So I take a much more balanced approach to things, and for me, it works. I believe in that, and I believe in balance, but in your own way, whatever works for you. And yeah, I'm just all about taking the breaks, like, take the gas off, take a chill pill. Like, we work so hard as a nation. Everyone, like, wants to graft all the time, but you need to think long term, like, look after yourself, you know, because at the end of the day, if you're like me and you work for a big corp, we're just a number. The sun is insane. I can't actually see, but it's so lovely. Just got my dose of vitamin D over lunch. Well, it's probably not enough, but at least it's something, because London has been so miserable. I know we always divert to talking about the weather, but it's a great conversation topic because it's forever changing. Anyway, back to work now. I'm coaching someone after work, and then I'm having a self-care evening. Can't wait. Quick little update. The time is 6:10. I delivered a coaching session after work, which I was a bit worried about because I've had such a full-on day at work. Like, honestly, you know, when your eyes are burning when you're looking at the laptop screen, and I just was in back-to-back meetings for all of my work day. So yeah, I'm very tired. I'm so happy I've got a self-care evening set out for myself. And yeah, the coaching session actually went really well. Something about being a coach is that you learn is to be present with the client. It's all about being in the moment. It's picking up words that they're saying. It's actively listening to them. It's giving them space to talk about how they're feeling. And off the back of that, if you're truly present, not that there is a right question to ask, but that's when I feel most powerful, and that's when the right questions come up. And yeah, we had a really beautiful session. It was really nice to see her kind of go full circle, come into the space quite stressed and then leave feeling really excited. And yeah, I just feel really good. That's my one little thing today that I've done towards building the life that I want. And now I can sit back and relax. I'm making myself some dinner, and then the plan is, and this is where it does get tricky, resting for me is quite tricky. I do think I'm going to zone out, switch off and watch like a rom-com chick flick or something. I love like old 90s, noughties films. Taylor's going out for dinner with friends, so yeah, I'm actually really glad that I said no to the plans last week, because as much as like I want to go for dinner with my friends all the time, like I don't want to under-resource myself, and I spent so much time doing that last year, so I'm really trying to protect my peace. And I feel like if I really wanted to go today, I would have been like, oh my god guys, I really want to join, let me call up the restaurant and see if I can come along. But I'm just so glad that I didn't commit to that, because it always feels worse, doesn't it, like undoing something or then being like, sorry, I can't come anymore, and cancelling last minute. So yeah, feeling good. And yeah, here's to self-care. I'm probably just going to switch off now and see you tomorrow.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the first time, and it definitely was the last.
I can't remember if I vlogged this morning or not, but it's Thursday. I look a bit dishevelled. Had an away day with work all day. I don't even know where it was. It was quite far, in like this big manor house. It was really cool. And it was really nice, just had like a fun day. We did some traitors, did the usual like speaking about what's going well, etc, what's not. And I can't even think to talk in this video. I'm just looking at how tired I look. I'm really exhausted at the moment. I had a really nice evening last night to myself. I had a bar, I put on Perks Being a Wallflower, put my phone away, didn't touch it all evening, not until like 8 o'clock this morning. And it was so nice, really, really nice, just have an evening on my own, chilling out, but still I didn't sleep that great, even though I went to bed really early. So I'm definitely feeling it, feeling very tired. I'm cooking now and I'm like, I don't even want food, but could also do the food because I'm tired. But yeah, plan is to just have another chilled evening. It's really bad, but I'm like, God, I look so rough. It's just not. Nothing's gonna help me at this point. I am just feeling rough and tired, and I've travelled across London. So yeah, this I feel like is a bit redundant. I don't even know why I'm filming, but I'm just sharing the realities of like tiredness levels this week, and I really hope next week that I get some energy because I'm doing so much coaching after work next week. Fingers crossed I have the energy to do so. So I'm off to a retreat day with the community that I'm part of, Mood London, and we're going to be doing yoga, journaling, like workshops on 2026, and yeah, I'm just excited because I know it's a great group of women that are going to be there, and I always leave feeling like really inspired. And yeah, we're going for dinner after as well, so I've got a whole day and evening with some great women who are doing great things. And that's one thing actually that I would share, is that I think I always used to be scared of being around people who were doing the things that I wanted to do, because it would almost intimidate me and it would make me feel like I wasn't capable of that. And I don't know, I just find it scary and a bit intimidating, I think. And I guess I just didn't have the confidence either. But really, I think you get that confidence from being around those people, because it does really inspire you. And being around these women, I'm just like, wow, they're doing it, so I can do it. And you just learn so much from each other. You talk about everything that you're doing, and yeah, I just find it such a supportive way of growing your own thing. And they understand it as well, like they understand the building behind the scenes, they understand what it's like to create your own thing. So yeah, I'd really recommend, if there's something that you're looking to build or create or do, then surround yourself with people who are already doing it, because yeah, it's just really inspiring and it's a good way to make connections too. I just see it as a positive thing now. I wouldn't think about it any other way. So yeah, that's my little tidbit of information. Tidbit? I don't even know what that saying is. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Gonna go enjoy my day.
Have a yearly membership we're launching.
On my way to a DJ lesson. It's Saturday and I'm trying to do some more creative hobbies, things that I enjoy, things I love. And if you don't know, I love music and I've DJ'd since COVID, but it's all like self-taught and it's taught from friends. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to book myself in for some lessons and get some tips from the experts. So here we go. It was actually really good. One thing he said to me was, you're a lot better than you think and that you say you are. I think it's just a confidence thing, and yeah, just getting a bit more organised with my tracks and using record box correctly to help me. But yeah, I'm feeling good after that. It was lovely to do something creative on a Saturday. I'm now going to meet my friend for an afternoon tea. She's one of my best friends and we've been friends since uni, so a very long time. I'm just going to have a nice afternoon and then head back home, and I'm going to cozy up with a cup of tea and just have some downtime, which is very needed. We are back home and that is officially the end of January. If you're still watching, thank you so much. I know this video has been a bit random in the sense it's just followed me around, but I think that's the whole point in what I'm doing. I'm showing behind the scenes of how I'm building what I'm building alongside a 9 to 5. But I do want the episodes going forward to be a bit more educational. That will come in time. I know this isn't perfect, but if I don't post it, I'm not going to create momentum. I'm not going to figure out what works. It's not going to get me where I want to be. I need to just post it. So if you're sitting on something or avoiding sharing something or posting something, this is your sign to do it, because you just never know where it can take you. And I am doing this for the woman who in a year's time is going to look back and say to herself, thank God you've posted that first YouTube video, Laura. Here's to more content creation, more sharing. I've absolutely loved doing this. It's felt way more natural for me. I've not had to squeeze things into a 90-second video, which I've absolutely loved, and I've loved sharing behind the scenes. All feedback welcome. Tell me what bits you loved, tell me what bits bored you, etc, etc. Tell me what you'd like to see. And yeah, looking forward to Feb's episode, which will start tomorrow. Bye.